for the business community what happens now, because in light of these developments and as we see after disruptions here, there, everywhere, people decide to stay home, whether it's riots or what have you. The better part of valor is not to risk going outside. Businesses under attack in Oakland, windows broken at several shops during the Millions March protest, and on we go. Bill Johnson says that is by design on the part of those who perpetrate them to put the fear, you know what, into just average folks, right?
Absolutely. Selfish motivation, Neil. And what it's designed to do is to create pressure in the business community, to force the business community to somehow intervene and interfere in what's going on in the local communities and try to help them facilitate whatever selfish goals they have. And the sad thing about this is most of these businesses are run by small business owners that employ 2, 3, 4, 5 people. It's a big source of employment. These people are just trying to scratch out a living, and they're innocent and they get hurt, and there's just no call for it. It really isn't.
I just wonder whether they're real terror fears, and they're not calling it terror fears in Australia, or real fears of racial unrest or riots. People, no matter where they are, be they in Australia, and you've been all over the world when you're running Heinz and before then, the better part of valor is to say, the heck with them, staying indoors, right?
It's exactly what a lot of people do. I mean, I think the motivation for individuals is to keep safe my family, keep me safe, keep my spouse safe, whatever it may be. And so what happens is traffic declines. And then as traffic declines, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, and some of these businesses close their doors anyway. But the reality is there's not a whole lot the business community can do besides investing in the community in terms of development and training programs. And I think rather than protesting, you know, the after effects of what's gone on, what they ought to be asking for is jobs and training programs from government help and things that will really improve their situations and help them grow and prosper in life and enjoy the American dream, because the American dream is still there for people who really want to attain it.
And where you have the dust-ups and the demonstrations, what have you, is in places where that isn't being realized.
That's correct. And again, the sad thing is it can be realized, but the selfish motivation, certainly the chants in New York yesterday, throwing rocks through windows, breaking down these businesses.
I want to stop there because people don't realize, you know, they're saying kill cops. Now just think of it in reverse. If police are demonstrating and said kill minorities, well, that would properly be all over the place. This barely got a mention.
More than 50% of the people in America don't like Obamacare. What if everybody who didn't like Obamacare decided to march down Fifth Avenue or march down Madison and close the streets, and somebody's on the way to the hospital to deliver a baby or having a heart attack? I mean, it's just an incredibly selfish motivation, and there's no concern about consideration for others. And I think ultimately what happens as a result of this is it creates a high level of resentment, and rather than further their goals, I think they make those goals go backwards, and I think they don't realize their objectives.
You know, Bill, we've had a number of people talking about Mayor de Blasio let them down, policemen in this city, how they feel that those in authority have let them down at the federal government level, that is, law enforcement personnel feel that, all right, this grand jury didn't come to the decision we like. Whether you agree or disagree with the decision, we, the feds, will come in, have a separate probe, and rectify your ineptitude. And the signal they're getting is that the government doesn't back us up. What should a leader's role be without looking like you're in the pocket of either group?
Well, I think a leader, the first thing a leader needs to do is to bring calm and sort of a perspective to the situation. First, we do have a grand jury system. It's worked historically very well in this country. It's not perfect, frankly, because people aren't perfect. But I think to undermine the grand jury system just simply throws the baby out with the bathwater. So I think a leader steps up, tries to bring some tranquility and some perspective to this so that you can then have some context around which to make improvements and changes. Unfortunately, we don't see a lot of leadership now, and what we do see is sort of a volatile reaction that people want people to follow the diatribe or whatever is going on at the time, rather than people coming to the front and saying, let's slow down for a minute here, let's determine what our real objectives are, let's determine what kind of steps we have to take to achieve those objectives, let's determine what other people we can bring in or what other resources we can bring in to help facilitate achieving those objectives, and then move from there. So a leader will bring some order, some organization, some direction, and really a perspective.
Bill Johnson, former Heinz CEO, thank you, my friend, very, very much.